Good evening. I hope people are well. I'm well. I'm here. I'm ready to put paint on this mini. I had a great weekend. Stream was extremely fun, and we went to King Richard's Fair yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. It was expensive. My wallet's crying, but it was a ton of fun and worth the price of admission. So, and I got to dress up as a pirate. It's just a collabs. Hey, if anyone wants to collab with me, I just realized there's a Celestia collab list now on my channel's listing. So, alright, anyways. So last time on, I decided that it said someone should take away my brushes. I decided I was going to change this up and I was going to actually go for sunset instead of like noonday sun. And I love the way this, I actually really like the way this came out. It needs some finesse. It definitely needs some finesse, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. But it needs to be blended. But I think before I get to that, I think I'm going to keep working on the other areas and then I'm going to finesse the whole thing. So let's see. So I had Cavalier Orange is this really bright orange color, and I have Lantern Yellow, which is a fairly orangey yellow. And then of course I have my mystery color. And there's even I have Aslanti Violet. That's where I want to finesse this in there with some more of this. And then, of course, I think I have some white in there, too. So that's this. My Pro Acryl, which unfortunately I think is starting to run out. I think I even have a little Beryllium Mauve in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to put out... I actually took some of this Cavalier Orange and mixed it with the purple. And it makes a really nice warm purple. And it does kind of sort of, it's like a brownish color. I can't be almost out of this. Where is my pokey tool? There's my pokey tool. Hey, Cyrus, what's up? Oh, mother, my voice apparently is going to suck. You know, one thing happened yesterday. I got serious amounts of sun. I mean, I'm not as burned. I am burned in spots. My gamer DJ. Oh, yeah, that's right. You get the new. That's right. You also got a new. Now, did you buy that thinking that you weren't going to be able to fix the other one? Is this almost dead? Shouldn't be. I haven't used that much of that paint. So what's not only is it just your new resin printers in, so in fact you fixed the old resin printer too. Alright, so I'm going to start out by painting all the light areas. This orange. I have to do this little thing here too. This color scheme to actually a new LCD scheme was hundreds to 160. Why not? The fixers. Oh, I thought you took all the resin off of the other one. So you didn't? Because you said you were actually getting it. Then I misunderstood. I'm going to start with this, but I'm going to definitely add a lot more colors into this. Nope, I tried different takes and didn't work well enough. A little bit in there. The new one is a 10K resolution. It's proved to my 2K free, but oh, that'd be nice. Cool. So I'm going to guess that means you are going to be able to print those things. The things for AAC. As well as hopefully a lot of other really cool shit, actually. Is this because, Bebop Chan got a cat named Autumn, who's so fluffy? Yeah, so I chose an Ella, the mascot. Then my Warlord Titan, cool. Now let's get my application stick on. I know. I'm trying to fix that. Well, I mean, she's brought up the fact that she got a cat, so you got a printer. I mean, you valiantly tried, though. I'm sorry your fix did not actually work, though, or was just too much effort. So then again, it's not sticking. And it's not bare bones either. It's like it's not even sticking to that spot. And I don't know why. Okay, I'm gonna go to the other side. Now that I know I like this, I'm gonna just kind of do it over the whole thing. And yes, I'm gonna go over this too. It is gonna be a darker section, but I'm gonna start out with some. Basically, I'm going to put a whole coat of, basically a layer of this orange on all the bright areas. That's great. I mean, so at least you get something good out of it. I said I needed to try to run mine. It's not just that I have to actually get. I don't need them for AAC. I do need minis for Carnage. Carnage is supplying some, but I'm going to bring more. AAC, you're bringing so many minis to AAC. And it wouldn't surprise me if the I forget who it is in Lisa's family. But someone there, or is connected to her family, was the one that's been printing the other minis we get. Excuse me. So how were you? How was it? Oh, Roland Ratas. You did yes, you caught me. Okay, I'm gonna ask a stupid question, and I know the name. Damn it! But it's been a while since either you've seen it. At least I think I know the name. Who are you, Roland Ratas? I know the name. Damn it! But it's been so long, I don't remember who you are in reality. Hello, Nerdy Tokyo, what's up? Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's been oh my god, it has been forever since you popped by. How are things? Since I decided sunset would be really cool. I will show you my inspiration. It's she's standing in a sunset now. I said literally, somebody should take away my brushes. Well, let me see if I can find it first. Google Images. Okay, I found her. I will show you my inspiration for this. Oh, hang on a sec. Okay, so this tree right here, you see how orange and lives like, oh my god, that looks so cool. If sunset, you get a very orangey hue. And I can actually mix the purple in, and it looks kind of cool. It looks actually like a really nice warm brownish purple color. I really liked it. And I showed my husband this. And I go, where do you think my inspiration from? I didn't even say light or anything. He's like, oh, sunset. I'm like, you got it. So that's why we have sunset. That's right, Malibu Sunset Miniature. It's a oh my god, why didn't I do her as Barbie? Oh shoot, I should have done her as Barbie, the Cloud Giant. Hi, Alley Cat, what's up? So then my phone blew up because I moved countries. Countries! I had to create new accounts. Oh, fun. We have to meet at some point so I can get some Reaper medals for prize support. Oh, cool. So I'll use them for next year. I know you Reaper paints, but here in the UK, paint market is gone so competitive. I was some Army painter fanatics because they're W paint pots. Well, oh yeah, okay. So GW is exactly what it's for. It is to paint armies. That's why the paints don't last. They are high coverage. They are not thin or anything like that. They are to paint armies quickly, so that way they don't have to last. At least the big main colors are like that. Um, but if you want like higher quality paints for more competition level stuff, then I'd stay away from and go with Army Painter Fanatics are really good actually. I love Army Painter Fanatics. I can give her a pink cloak or something. No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna make her Barbie. But I thought it might be actually. I thought of this like that. I'm like, well, maybe the sunset colors will actually look a little bit more poppy. Army Painter used to be. Yes, Army Painter was not good until they came up with the Fanatic paints. Just like their version of Contrast also wasn't really good in the first one. They seem like they need 2 attempts to get anything done. So I decided I like this. And that was it. That's my inspiration. So she is still, I mean, this is still her like normal skin color. But in the sun, the sunset, I'm going for it. Now there is purple, like I said, I actually mixed some purple in there. I'd like to get a little bit more into the highlight areas. But sunset light tends, it looks like it absolutely covers. It like really, I don't want to say it's opaque, but so I'm using one of the Pathfinder colors right now. And this is what did I say it was? Oh yeah, Cavalier Orange in the Pathfinder line. Reaper is still my go-to, and Reaper is actually going to reformulate their paints into a second edition. Now I have some of those. I've used them like once, just because I haven't found like I have to find things to actually use them on. Yeah, in fact I remember complaining to the Army Painter rep. It was in when I go to Nova, the Army Painter is their sponsor for the hobby hangout. And I remember complaining to the rep that, you have so many great colors, but your paint. I go, I shouldn't have to pour out half the suspension liquid to get to the actual paint. And then, I'm not saying I'm to blame for this, or for Fanatics too, but they were probably already developing them at that point. But it was funny, like a year later or so, they actually came out with Fanatics too. I was like, haha, thank you so much. This is like a bazillion times better. So where's Dooku after he said that? Did he disappear? He probably disappeared to go do whatever. So what's everyone up to tonight? Anybody working on stuff? Anyone painting? Painting and kit bashing. Well, of course you're kit bashing. You always kit bashing. You're contemplating coffee. So was my explanation good enough to you? Do you see my vision? I like it better than what I had. I think it'll be a little bit more impactful too. By switching it to like a sunset. She's standing in a sunset. Maybe just a hint on her face there. And I said, since my husband got it right. We're definitely rolling it. As I said, I'm happier, like way happier with this than I was with what I had before. I mean, it was a start, but it was not. I didn't go. It didn't go the direction I wanted it to go in. It's like, hey, you know, maybe if I. Oh, that's right. I also had pink. I do want to make sure I add some pink into this. Let's forget about that. Yeah, first hobby here. Oh, I'm excited to hear about this. Oh, so you're just getting my Warhound and my flash drive for printing? Cool, cool, cool. My Kit Bash Babe Marine won the little challenge. Of course it did. Was that? Oh yeah, that was. Of course it did. I'm not very surprised. Yeah, we had a first Discord hobby meetup on Saturday. Went brilliantly. As it turns out, the friendly little game store use is amazing. Was it amazing as the one I went to? No, there's not many that is as amazing as the one I went to when I was in California. But lip pink, that's the one I used. Now I'm painting a random Lamenter Space Marine after the guys who work with talking mentioned their checkerboard show. Oh, so you want to paint a checkerboard? Alright, so do cool. Why was it? I want to know why it was amazing. What made your store amazing? Give them a little shout out and a little love. Maybe someone else from Japan will come and visit this fine tavern that we all hang out in, this virtual tavern. But that store I saw in LA was unreal. I said, if I ever hit the lottery, I want to build that here. Or something inspired by here. All right, so I got some pink. They have 2 full painting tables, 6 seats each, with nice lights and everything. Probably 9 to 10 gaming tables, and a full-service bar. Wait, like an alcohol bar? Well, there was a big Kill Team tournament going on. That is cool. So, I mentioned at the beginning of my stream how I spent my... Well, I spent my Saturday, doing the normal. I streamed, we played game, we had 2 combats. It was a lot of fun. And then yesterday we went to King Richard's Fair, which was actually... It was a lot of fun. We had a blast. We actually earned 2 more tickets that we... for free, because we spent enough with the arts and vendors between the 3 of us that went together. So this has a little pink mixed in. It's the same. It was a good time. I spent too damn much money, but I always, when I go there, I bought stuff for next weekend. So next week I'm going to Florida to play in my friend's LARP and to visit. I know she's really orange now. Especially doesn't clean out. I like it. It's so they they were planning on doing this. I got a lot of story about King Richard's. They were planning on doing this and buying this property because the old place that leased them property, when they tried to buy the site from them, they had changed their name to like King Richard's, or they changed the name like slightly. They added LLC or something stupid. And then the other place, well, you're not that company anymore. We can't sell it to you. So this came up, and they were talking with Edaville Railroad about buying the property, because Edaville Railroad is going to close. All they're open now is for the Christmas thing, and I think they're only doing 1 more year. So, well, the assholes that leased them the land, they've caught word of this and basically told them you have 2 days to get out, and killed their lease right then and there. That was 5 weeks before King Richard's opened. They had to build, like they had to, I mean, I don't know how many of the buildings are like this, the actual little shop. The shops are all like they're leased, but I mean, they can build their own buildings and such. They do actually have buildings that they put shops into too. But they built like all these shops and everything like the old site. They built the jousting arena. The jousting arena, I will say this, that probably was the weakest thing. The joust itself was phenomenal. I thought it was one of my favorite storylines I've seen played. But there isn't enough room like the other one. Like if you go towards the backside of it, you can't, there is grass there, but like on the front side, there's no grass. And it's like, I sat down anyways. I was so tired. I overdid the pink here. Um, but overall, there's a lot more. I tell you, it's much better if you have somebody who has like a mobile assistance device. So like we had somebody with us who had a one of the little carts to get around. Um, it's much better for that than it used to be. Yeah, a little more of the pink over here. But so overall, I actually really liked it. Liked it. Didn't have all the dirt. Yeah, exactly. Although it was super warm. It was super warm and it was dry. So instead of getting mud, you do still get you get dust clouds coming up. But I liked it. I really said I liked it. There was a lot more pavement involved. They have 250 acres. And right now they're only using about 60 of that. They want to expand to over 100, I think it was next year. And they have a lot more they have a ton more vendors they want to put in or allowed to sell. They had a lot more. They have more vendors. Although there were a couple that I don't think made the transition over. Like I didn't see Millstone, which they did really cool leather stuff. They were very expensive, cool leather stuff. They were like, I have actually a couple of their pieces, but I can't wear it anymore. I'm too bit. Fortunately, I gained weight, so they had a lot of the old shows. Lord, I know Jacques. I didn't see Jacques the Whipper. I didn't see him, although he supposedly is working there this year. But I went to the Mud Show, which was the one show other than the jousting I went to. I think the thing that made me laugh, though, I actually one of the things that the knights in the joust now, the actors in the joust, what they do after the joust is I don't remember this. I think maybe they started doing it more recently, but they actually come over and bring the whole. Oh, he starts in October. Okay, that's why. They actually bring their horses over, and you can give them a little scritch on the nose, and you can talk to them about them. And I thought what the funniest thing was that one of the horses was named Darby, and Darby is my vampire character I play on that server. And I think Darby is a company owned horse. So some of the horses are owned by the company, the performing company. Some are actually owned by the knights that perform for it. And they did call themselves knights, which I thought was kind of neat. Um, but they were super sweet. Oh God, they were very sweet horses and very well trained. They have to be in order to do this with all the ruckus going on around. I like the guy who plays the king, and I like the queen now. They are very good performers and very good at improv too. Um, there was a guy, so it was supposed to be like a love weekend, and it was also supposed to be like the Princess Bride. So they had like a costume. Yeah, the king is really cool, and he's quite funny. Um, I did actually say good afternoon to the queen. I don't know if she's supposed to be like the actress is probably fine. I don't know if the queen is that smart. Um, but she was delightful. They did the sword and the stone story, but it was really cool. And Lord, I love the fact that I learned a new cheer. Learned a new evil cheer. Like I know cheat to win. Cheat to win. I actually heard that. Unfortunately, because it was so hot, we went to the one place which had shade, which unfortunately was the good night. But that also ended up being. Never mind. I won't say that. No spoilers. I love the king. We're going back in 2 weeks because there was a thing where if you spent $500 now, none of us spent $500 on our own. However, between Gamer GJ, his dad, they had spent probably. I know his dad spent quite a bit. His dad's probably spent probably close to 500 himself. But I spent about 150 on. If you bought $500 worth of stuff amongst the artisans, you bring back. You get two tickets to go back between now and the end. So I'm going back in 2 weeks probably. I know I'm gonna have to cancel my paint day. I have no paint days other than Thursdays this month. I have a lot going on, so it is what it is. So the next paint days, Sunday paint days, will be in November. So it is what it is. But I do want to go back, and I think we're going to try to get a group of people to go with. Like we put the invite out to our gamer friends, and actually one of my coworkers, I mentioned to him, he's like, "Oh, maybe I'll go." Um, we had I said, Gamer DJ and I, his dad went and did his own thing, but Gamer DJ and I, we had an absolute blast. Except for the fact it was so hot and sunny. I have a bit of sunburn. I went and bought a parasol. That's how bad it was. I bought a parasol, and they sold. It was only 2:30, and they had sold out of parasols. There were 3 left when I walked over there. So, just to tell you just how bad it was. Because everybody wanted one to keep the sun off of them. It was just that brutal. So I got a little bit sunburned. That's it. We had a really good time, so. And I got a bunch of rose-themed things, which are going to serve for double duty. Because my LARP vampire is a Toreador, and the symbol is a rose. So when I go to Fort Myers this weekend, coming up weekend, I am going to be bringing half the stuff I bought. Who else else did I see? I said I saw the Mud Show. There's the Washing Well Wenches. They're still there. There was an aerialist. Kind of like Lindsay Sterling music. One of the ones that basically hang down on the big piece of cloth. I did see the Nuns. Oh, I want to go see them when I go back. I want to actually see the show. They are friggin' like, I heard enough jokes to know I want to go see them. Yes, they were funny. I didn't catch what the name of their act was. I feel like they're a replacement for the singing executioners. I miss those guys. Hey, Fly and Ryan, how are you? I believe I should give Fly and Ryan a shout out. How are things? What are you up to? It's so good to see you because you've been away from us for a while. They were. It's a dumb song after all. It's a dumb song. You not only, I hope you're getting back in pain, but you've also started a little podcast. What was it? Oh, it's like The Grot and the Rat. Is that what it was called? Because it's like two of my favorite things in Warhammer. The Grot and the Rat. So go look up The Grot and the Rat. I mean, it's really good. It's a great premise for a podcast. How can you lose with a Grot and a Rat? They go, awesome, yeah, we're having fun. But yeah, we have fun doing Cool. We're just sitting here talking about because I went to King Richard's Fair, which is the biggest Renaissance festival in New England. And it's amazing, but it's stupidly expensive. Food is obnoxious, and it's $50 to get in. Food, though, they made a big change with the food. So, you used to have to go get food tickets, and if you had any leftover food tickets, well, you're shit out of luck. You would have to just eat the loss. Well, now you don't have to buy it. You can buy it. I don't know why anybody would, because now they'll take, I mean, I guess if you have cash. But if you have a card, they'll take cards at all the food venues. They now have like real live taverns in there. They actually have a couple places where they have seating there, and you can get alcohol and such. Good. So you missed the community. I'm glad Rex during painting. I know, it's the best community. So yeah, King Richard's. So King Richard's is I forget what year it's in. It's been around for a long time. And they recently got booted off their old property. Now they were gonna buy this property, but it was supposed to take 2 years, and they had to get out and build their fair in 5 weeks, and they did it. But they're going to expand. They're on about 60 acres, and they're hoping, I think, to expand out to all 250 acres that they bought. So it'll be pretty amazing. And I'm doing this lovely lady with the sun. I'm doing like a sunset vibe. Like she's facing the sun. Still going this way. Your light source is coming from here. I was like, I'm going to do sunset. It'll be better than what I had in mind before. So right now I'm trying to lay the colors in there. I did this part just to see if I like it. I liked it well enough. I like this. I'm trying to get this, but this needs to be finessed out a bit. So I'm sort of laying the colors in. And then I'm going to finesse the whole thing. I mean, I did pretty good in this section, but it needs more. And it said, when my husband took a look and realized it was sunset without me telling him, I was like, what's the inspiration for this? And he goes, I think it's like sunrise. I'm like, close enough. So we're rolling with this. I said somebody should take away my brushes for this. So I mean, it's not. I'm laying colors in. I gotta blend it much better than this. Hold on, I'll look at chat in a sec. I tend to get like, and now I notice like, I get on a little streak and I stop looking at chat and I just keep looking at my mini. So I warn you all, I'll be back to chat in a sec. All right, so I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I've hated everything I've done so far. This is the first thing. Actually, I didn't hate the second attempt. I hated the first one because I tried to sort of mix the yellow with the green, with the purple, but made it too green. I was actually trying to get like a warm, kind of like what I'm doing with the orange and the purple in this. I was trying to get just like a warm purple or like a brownish color, and it failed. It became too green. I'm like, look, this is awful. So I repainted it, and then I tried a different way to tack it. I actually took a picture of it in the not late afternoon sun, but in the afternoon sun, and so that was my second attempt. I added some yellows and such, not mixed in, but on top. It looked better. And then I was just sitting here going, thinking about sunset and thinking like pinks and oranges. I'm like, that might work even better against the background. And it really does. So I really like this. Plus also the golds and the oranges go really nicely with the purple. I was trying to make a little mix. Yeah, that's better. Right now, I said I'm kind of I'm doing a little blending, but I'm not really doing much. I'm basically just trying to lay colors in to go along with what I had over here. So, oh no, you're fine. So when is your stream? I am more than happy to have people advertise their streams and such here. And tell us a little bit if you want to link your podcast or anything like that, go for it. Lion Ryan is a just an all-around great human being, so but my fate's great. Hands is tired. I can stream build or just go to bed. What do you want to do? If you're really tired, I don't know about stream. I guess I kind of want you to hang out here. I do collabs, by the way. If you ever want to collab on a Monday night, I'd be more than happy to. I love working with others. You are though. You're really good. You are a really good guy. You have like been advertising my stream on your Discord forever, and I feel guilty. I feel like I need to do more. I mean, Selfish Me says I want you to stay here and talking to me, so don't stream. Honestly, if you're that tired, streaming may not be the best option. Although I've done it, and it's tough. It's been tough lately. I've had a lot going on in my life lately. So I don't know. I mean, the good thing. Well, then do that. There you go. So, my life has been crazy lately. I got a promotion at work because my supervisor very suddenly retired. And I've been spending the last couple months basically learning how to run machines and do her job without her there to tell me. Unfortunately, it's a health thing. So she had to she was going to try to come in 1 day a week. It just wasn't going to work. It is huge, but it's great, but it's not. It's been stressful. And I'm good at fucking shit up. I'm great at my job, which is I design shit to be printed on the machines. But as for running them, it's been a nightmare. I was behind. I was late. It wasn't helping that I was getting stuff from other apartments that was late, but I also was late on my own accord. I got yelled at because I had 16 jobs, and I should have really pushed back, said, why are you an idiot for a 3-week turnaround on 16 jobs? Okay, if you had a normal turnaround, this wouldn't be a problem. So, but the other cool thing. So yeah, it's been stressful, and I'm out of the weeds at the moment. My dates are all in line. I don't have anything that's like I would say everything's got October dates, but October is like in 2 days. Everything's got like dates of the 10th or the 16th. I think everything is at least 2 weeks out. Actually, I think I have some that for the 6th, but I should be still okay on those. I'm gonna get them out tomorrow. So, yeah, it's been exciting, and I've worked a bunch of overtime, which is good because now I'm saving up to do things and have fun, and that's kind of the nice thing about it. I did get a bump in pay. That was definitely the nice thing about this whole deal. Was I did get a bump in pay, and it's been enough that I've noticed, so the other big thing, of course, was all the ReaperCon stuff. I did much better than I ever dreamed of. Because I dreamed I was going to have 2 silvers and a bronze. And I got a golden painting. So, and it's on the predecessor. It was actually the one I painted before this. For a little painting competition. It's basically a little friendly painting competition between me and 3 friends. We're all gel tip. No, whisper. What sorcery is this? Sorcery? What sort of sorcery? I'm not painting a wizard. Hello, welcome. Mitica? Mitica and for friends. Mitica for friends? Is that how you say it? Mitica? It is a little sunset sorcery. Welcome in, though. How are you? So I've been playing with this stupid thing, so I decided to do something stupidly hard, and I said people should take away my brushes. This time for my indecisiveness. But I basically am painting it's for a competition between myself and 3 other, painters. 2 are actual Twitch streamers. One goes by the name of a Night Whisper. And usually, I think we might be raiding into him tonight. Oh, Flying Ryan. Oh, yeah, Flying Ryan put up by the way, if you didn't see it, Flying Ryan did put up his podcast. Actually, you know what? Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to go make sure. I'm going to actually Let's subscribe. That's what I'm gonna do. So, myself, an Eye Whisperer, Gel Tip, and a fourth person who is a Reaper Con Gold medalist before me, we picked the same model and we paint it for a convention known as TotalCon, which is New England's largest tabletop gaming convention. And I host, actually, basically, I organize the painting competition, which reminds me, I need to get a hold of Steve and see if he'll start advertising it on his on the TotalCon website, because they never do. And I think we could do a lot better if people knew more about it. So last year when I did this, I put so much work into the model. That was what I brought. That was what got my gold medal at ReaperCon. It did win. So basically, I do a couple things there for the four of us. I put out little cups and people can vote. So it's an attendee vote. And I also let the judges pick. So there's two winners, unless somebody wins both. And no one has actually won both. Because I have won both of the votes. I have not won the judges' picks. It's like, I can't paint for shit for a judge. And then I go to ReaperCon and get a gold. So I can't, yeah, whatever. I'm still friggin' stunned by it. So it's like now I'm like trying to do even crazier things on this thing. To see how well I can push myself. I use this little 4-person painting challenge as a way to push my art and a way to push me. And we always pick these bigger models too. Because we think they're better for like a competition type deal than smaller ones. So she's a really amazing piece. Okay. So right now I said I'm just basically laying in the colors. There will be a hell of a lot more finessing to come. And it really is. It's Cavalier Orange. I have a little bit of lip pink. It's a really nice pink that I'm mixing in. There's Lantern Yellow. And then I have Sample. I'm sorry, I don't have like an actual color for this, but it's whatever looks close to this. It's a pale yellow. You could use any pale yellow. And then, of course, white. And I'm using Aslanti Violet as the dark violet color. Originally, I wasn't really thinking of making her purple, but I have a thing and a love affair with purple. So now she's like purple, and I think the purple looks really nice with these colors. So we're going with it. We're going with it. And then Flying Ryan came by. And we're having a lovely chat. And before that, we were talking about, I went to King Richard's Fair, which is New England's largest Renaissance festival. New site. They've bought it. And I had a phenomenal time. Spent too much money. Bought a bunch of rose-themed things because I play, my character I dress up as when I go to this is Rosa the Raven Blackthorn. So I haven't found as much Raven-y stuff. But I found a bunch of roses, so we go with it. So, and as I said, I play in Vampire the Masquerade. I'm going to a LARP this weekend in Florida. It's for a friend. It's not like the big ones I usually go to. About how you guys got on a Reaper Con makes me really want to pick. Well, you should. Here's what I did. I went and I looked at all the categories, and I looked at all the other companies that come in, the other manufacturers who come in and judge, and I made a list. Now, I did not paint everything on my list, but I did paint quite a bit of it. That's why I did. That's not why. I don't know. I did well. I did much better than expected. It said I expected to walk out really when it said a bronze medal for ordnance, which I did. I'm not really good at vehicles. I know that. A silver medal for diorama. Okay, that was expected. Because I really put a lot of time and I had a decent story. It was a low. I think it needed more to it. But the surprise was the golden painter. Now, I also got, this is why I said, if the more you enter, the more shots you have of bringing home some hardware. I entered Moonlight Minis, and I got a gold medal for that. A gold challenge coin. They had like 10 of those they gave out, and then they had some silvers, and then they had the rest were bronzes. Everyone got a coin. But if you get a gold, you qualified to actually try to get one of the lunettes, but I did not. But I'm like, in this case, it's an honor being nominated. I got a silver bombshell. Okay, that I expected. I didn't expect the golden light, but I expected the silver bombshell mini. I wanted a dog tag. I entered it, so I got one. So, that was like all the stuff on my list. I had minis from Quantum Minis. And I was like, well, I'm going to definitely paint one of those. And I'm going to do it on a stream and advertise her stuff. And it's really adorable. I love her cats. I won the Quantum Minis, the 32 millimeter. I think it's 32 millimeter. So it's like the small minis. They have small and they have larger ones. And then I got a third place for Dark Sword Minis for a single model for my diorama. I laugh at that because I actually wrote myself off when they did the single mini, when they did the dioramas. I didn't get anything for that. But then I got for the size single. I'm like, okay, cool. Wasn't what I expected, but I'll take it. This is actually $50 of merch I have to buy. So that's what you do. Go look at Reaper's site. It'll tell you all the manufacturers too. Another thing you can do to actually, if you want to win another little piece of hardware that's not hard to win, although who knows, maybe after this year more people will do it, but they have a little display. So if you have like a bunch of minis and you do something nice, you display them all in a cohesive manner, you can win a gold medal for that too. That was not, I actually put a little work into that too. I didn't put much work, but I basically, the night before I left, I think it was the night before, or 2 nights before I left. It might have been the night before I packed. Yeah, I think it was the night before I packed. I basically I went to Michael's and I bought like a bag of like candlesticks. And then I found some actual like plinths, like square plinths made out of wood. And I got some furniture stain and I stained them. I made a mess of one of my shirts. If you're going to stain them, beware, it will splatter. And this is not going on here well. I'm going to take it off because I want this on smoother. And then I took a piece. I went out and found a piece of, actually I think it was in Walmart. I found like a bagged piece. They had like It's not like fat squares or whatever. They're like a yard of material that was like just wrapped up. So if you want a yard for a project, you can just go buy a yard. So that's what I did. I bought a yard of purple fabric. I stuck it on there. I made little signs with the names of my pieces and the manufacturers. And I basically took blue tack, stuck it to the thing, and that was it. It was really not that hard to set up. And people found it impressive, and I did win. And it was great when, of course, when I got my award, they actually said for the purple display. I was thrilled. They called it that. So yeah, I mean, so there's multiple ways you can come home with hardware in that. I also entered a Midnight Hero, which are the chibis, and I got one of them. They gave away chibis if you entered. I did not win the chibi, but I was actually very proud of my chibi. I did not win Mouseling. I was trying to do one of the Mouselings, but I did not win that. I didn't qualify this time either, which was kind of, unless they did something different. Still not going on super smooth. So I'm gonna kind of take it off. I'm having a little bit of issues with my paint going on smoothly, and I'm not sure why. And it's not like it's covered, so it's not like it's probably a little too wet, but I want to keep it wet because I want thin coats. But it's really kind of annoying. Going on a little better now. Well, if you go next year, none of us are. No, yeah, myself and Night Whisper, not Night Whisper, myself and Gel Tip are not going next year. We're going to go to well, I'm going to Nova. Gel Tip is probably taking the year off. It came in second place in the Kiwana Minis 32 millimeter. So he came in right behind me. I was actually a little surprised he didn't win, to be honest. I thought his piece was beautiful. And it had a lot of like freehanding of stuff that mine didn't. Mine might have, I wonder if mine got it, because I had a lot of non-metal metallic that I don't think he did. So it's possible that's what did it, but he like had some really cool freehanding on his. And I liked it. I loved the mini he picked too. Okay. But honestly, if nothing else, it is a way to measure. Now, it is a way to measure your progress. That's why I was like surprised, because I mean, I've heard I know it is. It's hard to get a gold. But I did not I think my biggest shock is I did not first of all, I didn't think I'd ever see one in painter. Nonetheless, I never thought I'd see a gold in painter. I thought I was gonna get a silver because I thought maybe I might see 1-4. I was either gonna get a solid silver or a silver plus. That's where I thought it was. So that's what I mean. Said I was really surprised, and I still am. I still have a hard time believing it. So, if I can do it, you can too. That's the way I look at it now. Anybody can do this. Do you have a photo post of the mini? The one with, yeah, actually, you know what's sad? I don't think it's in my slideshow. I really should put it in my slideshow. Actually, I have the mini. If you'd rather me just pull up the mini than a photo. I have to go get out of the case, which is right behind me. Oh, so once again, I'm just laying in the colors here. There's gonna be blending to come. It's driving me nuts because it's like it's pulling on the outside and it's not filling. So let me just finish this. I'll go grab it. The punchline I keep saying is I wasn't even gonna bring that many because I didn't think it was good enough. Like I thought it had too many like mold lines showing. I did not think it was. I thought I had done better, and then I laughed when they said, "Well, it's the one they judged." Shows you what I know. Don't take my judging thing away. I judge at Captain Con. So hang on. Alright, let me go grab it. I don't even have to get up. We've had scaffolding job costs covering your building for a whole month. Wait, what? I just saw my office kids they could see outside praise the sun. Oh, I see what you mean. No, go this way, chair. I put all my pieces I brought to ReaperCon in here. Actually, I grabbed the Kathy Wapple one because I really like this piece. And I'm proud of it. I also got a really nice letter from the email from the guy who runs Dark Sword Minis. Because he couldn't be there, so he sent us emails after saying, and he was like, we were really touched by your piece. I'll just show Kathy first. I think this might be the best mini I've painted. But I sent it in diorama. I'm really happy with her. Basically, this is called Whenever Facing the Darkness, Bring a Companion. And it's sort of a tribute to her and Jim. We lost Kathy Wapple 2 years ago in May. And miss her so much. She was just a wonderful human being. And her husband is just as wonderful. Everybody should know who James Wapple is. And you should definitely know who Kathy was. So, I think this is my favorite piece I've ever painted. I think the diorama itself probably needs a little more. So you go the dark and dead area, and she's facing it, and he's her devoted, this James is like the little ugly doll. I'm not saying he's ugly. He is such a bit. The one thing we talked, and he said that she was afraid she was going to take him with her because he put so much into taking care of her. So, really, they were really touched by my piece, and I don't know, maybe I'll find a way to improve on it. I should have asked Bryce Coconut how to improve that. But here's my piece. Here's the piece. So this was the gold medalist. Um, this was our last year's challenge piece, and I went all. It's all actually all. I think the episodes are all on YouTube if you want to see how I did this. And I like have I don't remember everything. I know the blue and the armor. The vest is supposed to be like Rimaraz armor, so I've got the orange with the blue. This is something, and I can't remember what the frig it was. There's a monster with the skin tone. So I made it that kind of leather. But the biggest thing I have hope for is the fact that when I showed it to Rhonda Bender, said, "What do I improve?" She's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Well, there must be some improvement." It wasn't a high silver. She actually said she really liked the birch bark. Well, you can thank Gel Tip for the birch bark because he's the one that told me to do it on the other mini. And so I basically invented a birch bark technique. So it's very simple. Don't said that and a couple that and a buck will buy me a cup of coffee. But I was really happy with how she came out, and she won the vote. She did win the vote by quite a bit. But I thought there was more lines or one. In fact, I could see like one right there. So I was amazed. I'm still not sure if it's. I know I got it, but I'm still like. I'm proud of it, but I'm still not even sure it was like, to me, a gold medal piece. But I'm happy with it. What the hell? Is there like there's like a piece of. Like a speck in there. So this is what I'm trying to top with this other piece. So I'm going for some crazy ass technique, crazy ass things with this. First the sun. She's standing on top of a mountain at sunset. And I'm going to figure how to do Earth Sky non-metallic at sunset and make it look different than her frigging skin. I mean, the undertones should help. Anyway, the neat things is when you mix that orange with the purple, it's actually a pretty cool color. I like the color of it. That's it. I know it needs to be, but then did. Especially with what I'm doing. That's funny. I had somebody stop by and give advice, and it was good advice, by the way. But it was like, make sure you try to have all the, like her face. That's where you want the attention. Make it lighter. But I was thinking the other way you do it is you bake her hair kind of lead you into her face as well. And I think one of my biggest problems is figuring out how to do the my laying was still letting some. I know I'm sort of okay. So I'm sort of having that same issue. I'd say thin paint and glaze is just kind of glaze it more. When I started putting the thing on, I was gonna intentionally glaze it, but then it's like I didn't like it, so then I covered it up. That's why I ended up. And I'm going back into it, like I'm taking my purple, and I did like, you know, this color has actually got the purple mixed into it. And you'd see it kind of leads into the back here. And I'm actually trying to take some of that purple mix, where I'm mixing purple with the orange. I'm putting some of that in here in the lighter spots to relate a little more. No, I don't want to do that. Get that off of there. So like, yeah, all these little darker areas have that purple in it. Hey! I mean, I have many biggest problems. Wait a minute. How can you have more than one biggest problem? A biggest problem implies the biggest problem. So, flying right, I do highly recommend. Do it. Do absolutely do it. And if you want, give yourself 2 years and go back and to go in 2 years when you can actually meet me. I will next year be at Adepticon, and I will be at the Nova Open. Now, the Nova Open also has, it's the same weekend as ReaperCon. It's in Washington, D.C., so it's a little bit closer, and I also teach beginners there. Nova, however, has a much more difficult to... Actually, I don't know. I mean, which one, ReaperCon or Nova? Nova's DC. Go to Nova next year with me, and then go to ReaperCon the following year. Mini mascots are printing, yay! Okay, so Nova, I would say, is scarier. Now, but that's only if you have your heart set on winning a medal. Nova's more of a, but it is open judging. You get more. There are definitely multiple award winners. I have an award from Nova. I have a bronze in diorama. So the fact I even got that, I treasure that. Maybe not as much as my gold, but I treasure that as any silver from ReaperCon. So they do have more awards, right? Well, you go to ReaperCon, Alley Cat, you will get medals. I guarantee everyone gets medals. You are good enough. I mean, you could get a gold. I think actually you are that good. So you could foreseeably score a gold if you put enough effort into it. And I'm pretty sure you do. So I think you could do it. I said, if I could do it, you can do it. Um, and I said, plan for 2 years. Nova, it's not scary. The people there, okay, so last year I got advice. My feedback came from Sam Lenz, who is just a peach of an absolute. He was just such a cool and really kind-hearted guy. And he gave me really good advice. That's why you go. You go to get the advice, really, and to So ReaperCon is where you really go find out how you actually rate. Nova is if you want a little bit more of that competition. You want to really push your. Well, you should push yourself at either, but Capital Palette Nova gave out very few medals in 2024 compared to 2023. There's a lot of grumbling feedback about it, and this year there were way more medals and finals pins across all the categories. Do you think there was more than even 2023? Yeah, 2024 they didn't give out shit. Not that I really actually felt like I deserved shit. I thought the one that could have medaled actually was my genie. I was a little disappointed that one did not medal. And maybe this year it would have. So, no, good for them. I'm glad they listened. Because I agree. I thought there was way too few. But I maybe treasure the one I had more. Like that bronze medal meant a lot. And but ReaperCon is really, that's where you go if you want to really see how you rate. And they do give out trophies if you want to go for, but you gotta be really friggin' good to get one of those Sophies. So I guess what I could say is one step at a time. I don't know if I'm ever. I'll say it now. I don't think in my lifetime I'm ever gonna see a friggin' Sophie trophy, but I said I wasn't gonna see a gold either. But now that I've got a gold, I mean, I'm just gonna keep working. That's all I'm gonna say. Sure, let's. I don't normally do show and tell, but I'm gonna do this. Usually, if people come by and visit and they want to share something on a weeknight, I do show and tell. Oh, my ear is itchy. Why is my ear itchy? Oh, that's right. There is a thingy going on in there. This one. That was T-Cats. All right. So, see, like, people posted stuff in September. So, if you get red and black, you can post it in September. Work in progress, I assume. Look at that. So, it's really good. Especially since I think you freehanded all of it, including the heart. Kind of hate you. Plus, it's yellow. I'd say the one thing you probably need to do is go over the white with another layer on the checks. The checks are very good though, and they're not perfect, but they are pretty even. I'd say the bottom row, don't go digging with it. It's fine for what it is. I'd say the bottom row is a little tall. But I think your checks are good and it comes off as the right pattern. I think your white needs just like another coat or two to make it like a pure white. Unless you're trying to get dirty. The heart and the blood drop are so cool. That is so friggin' cool. Oh, and it's just fine it's good enough for tabletop as it is. Okay, so we're shading. Now that's the thing. Be careful when you're dealing with white. Be careful if you shade it black, because it will end up looking dirty. So checks the new horror. Oh, there was a new Harlequins Combat Patrol? Oh. So basically, I can't sit for streams of feedback where I can get it. Okay, that's fair. That's the one thing I would say is it looks a little dirty. If you want a shade, go for definitely more grays than black. It looks like you did black, but you said it's also a photo, and I may not be seeing it quite right. No, stop that. Oh, I just literally shoved the paint actually where I wanted it. Right now it's kind of clownish.
Moist.
Moist? Who's moist? It's a Night Whisper. Hey, we were talking about you. Because we're talking about the competition. So, I don't remember. You were here Saturday, right? Yeah, you were here Saturday. So, we're getting there. Does she look sunsetty enough? My husband, I showed my husband, he's like, yeah, that looks like a sunset. Actually, I think he said sunrise, but I was like, close enough. I think I'd do more pinks if it was sunrise. Sunset feels more orange. Although there's some pink in this. It needs a lot of finesse. But I'm laying the colors in. Are you scared yet? We've talked about all sorts of cool stuff tonight. And are you streaming tonight? For a bit, but I was going to 19. Wait, what was that? Wait, when are you going to... Wait, what? I'm confused. Oh, yeah, that's right. But you saw this. You saw at least where I was before. So Night Whisper is one of my fellow competitors in this little 4-person challenge. So I've made more progress anyways. I mean, I wouldn't be scared of me yet. That will become. I don't know yet, okay? I'm not gonna say that. And don't forget, there's two winners anyways, unless I somehow miraculously get a judge's pick, which will probably never happen. I am going for a weird eye-catching scheme though, so... Besides, when we have our the other ReaperCon gold medalist, who I think is better than me, the first one of our little group to get a gold medal there for Painter. I expected he was going to sweep it all last year. I really did. And then he didn't do his midi until the last friggin' minute. Sorry, are you streaming tonight? That's a bigger thing. Are you streaming in like 15 minutes? Because it's like 15 minutes till 9. How is it like 15 minutes till 9? Holy mackerel. Where did the time friggin' go? I'm playing streaming where it just comes, so I'm eating right now. Eat faster. I don't mind going a little bit late. Truly, I actually don't mind going a little bit late. I do actually have to work on something. Because I realized when I was sitting here, like, last week, I went, I play a character in that game I'm going to. There's a reputation for bringing painted miniatures to the leadership. And I was like, shit, I'm going to have to paint things for my trip to Fort Myers. Hopefully people are not on here working about it, because I have a couple people who play who do actually pop on here from time to time. And one of them plays a leader in Fort Myers. No, he does not. My husband is a goddamn failure of mine. I have tried to get him to pick up a friggin' brush and just paint a rat. I go, I'll get you the simplest thing to see if you like this hobby. Nope. Absolutely not having it. No way, no how. He's a writer. He's not an artist. He's a writer in that way, like he's an artist, but he's not an artist. My husband was the one who said convinced me that I need to change my little phrase that painting is for everyone to painting is for everyone who wants it to be for them. To be honest. So while we're in Framingham to go to the furniture store, we passed by find the red bag. Yeah. Oh, I know they. Yeah, I know they exist. I think, in fact, I think I probably knew that particular store exists. I've never been there because I go to the Saugus. When I went to it, I was going to Saugus. They're like a chain. I think a Massachusetts chain, but there's still a chain. There's more than one. Hey! Oh my god, it really. Oh, okay, so it's not part of the ones in Massachusetts. Yeah, it's. We have. I know at least 2 or 3 locations for the one in Mass. How are you tonight, Midwest Mini Guy? If you notice, I've totally changed my whole concept on this thing. I'm now going for sunset. This is like the one thing that's. I won't even say it's finished. I need to definitely. I need to do a lot of blending and such on this. Right now, I'm sort of trying to get colors placed. But I'm actually trying to do some warmer things in here to make it kind of all work together a little better and put some of the purple into the leg and such. But I think now I'm finally got a concept that I'm pretty happy with. Or happier with. But I said, there's a lot of work that's going to happen to this. And the biggest thing is I need now to like start working on blending all this stuff together. And I'll work on what I'm going to do between the. I actually was showing you what the picture was, and you had to. You disappeared. Thanks for walking around. Wait, you went to a Ren Fair too? Well, I don't know where my phone is. Where's my phone? Oh no, what did I do with my phone? I brought it up here, and I have no idea where I put it. So I was going to actually show you the picture I took of it in the sun to show that there is indeed a shadow, a light and shadow, and it's really stark, but I don't know what I did with my phone. It's up here. I haven't used it either. Oh well, I don't know where it is. Michael Paints Minis. Hello, hello, hello. So, wait, maybe I'm speaking. That's MN is Minnesota, right? Where are you, Minnesota? If you're in Minnesota, because that's where my cousin lives. Actually, he lives in. He lives. Oh shit! I don't remember if it's St. Paul or Minneapolis. I want to say it's Minneapolis, but I don't remember which city it's in. And because I can't find my phone, I can't look that up either. So yeah, and I've been to your state fair. I went to the Minnesota State Fair. God, when he got married, because that was like part of the wedding weekend. So how are you tonight, Michael Paints Minis? We're gonna read out when Night Whisper is ready to actually go. So I am doing, so this is for a little 4-person competition. Who knows, God knows what else. Where we're all painting the same mini, and we're gonna let people vote, the attendees at ToloCon vote on these. We're also gonna have a judge's pick. We do not enter the regular painting competition because we've all been one best in show. I'm telling you, if the guy wins it again this year, maybe we have to, the same guy won last 2 years, maybe we might have to, or last year, we might have to actually invite him in to our little club. Because he was really good. You all scare me, that's the thing. So we went to King Richard's. Okay, we've been tired after a long day. So we went to King Richard's Fair, which is the biggest Ren fair in Massachusetts, or in New England, actually. It was fantastic. It was overpriced. But it was fantastic. And it's much bigger. All right, have fun in your stream. Thank you, as always, for dropping by the Painted Hero Tavern. Enjoy your stream. Hope you have a good time. People, make sure you follow Michael Paints Minis and Midwest Miniature Guy. Here, I'll do a little shout out before we go. But yeah, you stream, right, Michael? Yeah, you must stream. Yeah, I know you stream, Michael Paints Minis. Well, we are kind of the Masters category in ToloCon. I still can't, I cannot enter it because it's my friggin' competition. So that your long day was at Reaper? You know, I'm kind of jealous. I would love to work for Reaper. It's such a good bunch of people that work there. Cheryl Storm. You know who Cheryl Storm is, right? Michael Paints Minis? Cheryl lived up here. She was a Black Lightning rep. She used to go to OGC, which is the first con I ever did mini painting stuff at. She ran the events before I did. And the reason why I did was because she got a job at Reaper and left. No, I don't want to enter something that I'm actually running. I'm organizing. It's still not, I still don't want to do that. It looks sus. I like what we have. I like the fact that I do a judge's pick, so it is a master's category. And I mean, I will add to it. As I said, I will hit up that guy if he enters again and he wins Best in Show again, I'll hit him up this year. I'm like, okay, you need to retire and you're going to join our invitational. Cheryl is the coolest. Actually, it was hilarious. There was one Reaper Bones that I got, and she actually wrote on the box, like, hi from Cheryl. I'm like, oh my god. I keep missing her at ReaperCon. And maybe that's been so long since I actually seen her, because she's been there forever, that I don't know what she looks like anymore. I remember what she used to look like. But she's like 20 years older, as am I. So yeah, she used to live in New Hampshire, and she was good friends with my little old OGC con chair. So she would have her run Reaper events when they had a black light. Hey, you know what? That reminds me. Why don't you guys have another like convention support thing like Black Lightning? I also missed the friggin' affiliate program, but that's because I did really well at it because I got all the cons I went to buy the minis, and I was in the top four the 4 quarters I was in it. I had $400 in my account at one point. Grumble, 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 grumble. So I missed the affiliate thing. I said I used to do really well at it. Okay, Black Lightning was their event support system. Like, used to have Steve Jackson Games had the Men in Black. Reaper would send you, they would send you models and such that you could give away. You could run paint and takes. They would give you all the paints and the models and such. Or they would give you, I don't know if that was that or they gave you like, you can spend this much. They gave you Reaper bucks. Cool. So, I don't know what their issue was, unless it was the fact that I was getting it all the time because I had cons buying the stuff. But I mean, what does it matter? It's still buying minis to promote their company. I would really love to go back to it though. They said they weren't happy with it, so I'm kind of. They said Barry LeGray, but still Cheryl. So ask Cheryl what Black Lightning was. Ask her, because she did that for years. Yeah, ask her what it was, but basically, like, you guys actually have decent con support, but you don't have like a representative that represent your company to go to cons and do this stuff anymore. So like Cheryl would go to Cheryl would go to OGC and she'd run like Sophie Says and she'd run like speed painting and she'd run like the paint and take and things like that. My biggest problem, I think, back then. Yeah, no, somebody said I was for the affiliate program. Somebody said they just whoever, I can't remember the name of the guy who used to run it, but they said they weren't happy with it the way it was. And I mean, it's fair. Paxton, I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. It was a while ago. But whoever was basically, I thought it was a Michael actually, but I know it's not you. But I do miss having. I still keep the Reaper thing on my stream. I did ask that, and they said yes, I could do that. And look, I'm here advertising you guys, so come on, let me keep it on there. Even when I don't paint Reaper, I still have it on there because I love you guys so much. It could be him. Does Reaper ever hire for IT? I would imagine they have a website. Hey, wait, Michael paints minis. Can you do me a favor? I actually friended him on Facebook, so I can reach out, but I know he never frickin' checks anything. But, web dev is IT. Oh, well, but still, obviously there are computers that you need to. Like our IT deals with all our computers and such. So I would assume, yes, there's got to be IT. But you probably have to work. Oh, you live down there. So Michael paints minis. Wait, are you still there? Okay. Yeah, because I remember you're like an hour away from the con, and you almost crashed with us. That's what I heard. So, Michael, can you do me a favor? It's more like you're doing Reaper a favor. Maybe. Can you poke a Mr. Ron Hawkins or whoever? I owe them work because, like this. So, if you remember, I lost my debit card when I was about to buy all my shit from Reaper. Except for I bought a couple things the first day. Because I wanted that Mouseling on the Dragon. So he traded me what I wanted to buy for a mini to be painted and to be named later. Can you poke him and tell him to get in touch with me? And he's friends with me on Facebook. He can absolutely just message me there. But I owe them. And you can blame John for this, but John said, oh, is he going to have you do box art? He has messaged me on Facebook before, like years ago. I mean, the way I thought I was going to do is I'm probably just going to send one to the general email like, hey, guys, I owe you a mini. If you want something for box art, you think I'm good enough, I would be happy to do it. For the amount all right, it wasn't like an obnoxious amount, but it was, he knew it was over 100. So you're going to get a pretty nice mini out of me for that. And if it's not secret, I'll put it on stream. I'll paint it on here after this. I'll absolutely eat into my Adepticon painting to do this project. But technically, I do owe them over $100 worth of work. So I want to pay. I absolutely want to pay up. So please, if you can, just email him and copy me. Okay. Oh, are you help@reapermini.com? No, he's supposed to actually pick the model. Shit, you're help@reapermini.com? No, I was going to just email you. Would you just forward it to him? Oh, he's business@reapermini.com. Okay. No, I don't think I knew which one was his. And then on my phone. Shit. I'll remember those. I'll know you're help@reaper. That's incredible. You're the guy behind help. Oh, okay. What's Ron? Or is it like personal and I should? Okay, I'll email you and you forward it to him. I'm at a point where, I mean, I do have to do, I've got a million things to do, but I have to make this a priority. So I definitely want to do it. And as I said, if you're talking to him, if you want something box art, I mean, I don't care. And I don't care if I go over the $100 for you guys. Reaper is the best group of people in existence, I think. They found my card and they gave it back to me. You know, and he gave me all that stuff because I couldn't pay for it. And I felt so bad. And he's like, he goes, I don't care. I just want you to find your card. Tell him I found my card, by the way, if he did not know, that I did get my card back. Like, not long before I left either. Please do it. I love him to pieces, okay? So, Ron is just one of the he's one of the, but all you guys there are. We've been busy with catching up with the Rose Postcard and with Congratulations on opening up your new European warehouse, by the way. Ron is a great guy. And I mean, with the best office. How many offices does he have now, by the way? We'll be on. I'll be on. Ron emailed me directly and said, "Corey for design missing TeePublic, so I have the address he used. Don't worry about it." Remo on the warehouse bench, cool guy. Everybody's a fucking cool guy. Well, no, he stole stole somebody's office. They left, And he stole their office and he put the Indiana Jones thing in there. Oh, he doesn't have, that's true, he doesn't have good windows. But he has the best decorations. But yeah, no, I know the Indiana Jones thing was a separate office that he stole. I think he was threatening to steal Ann Forrester's office too. If she had an office. I thought she was down on the 5th floor. Go stream Night Whisper. We'll be over in a minute. I know. I'm like sitting here shooting the shit because I'm fucking done for now. I gotta work on my other thing though. Yeah, go to it. We'll be over. Anne had an office in the old factory. We're in the new factory now. Oh, so all the offices. This is why I wanted to take the damn tour, but by the time I realized I had to get myself to it, I was like, oh, it's too late. It was just too late. And I just didn't feel like it. But that's why I actually I was thinking of taking the tour because I knew that like everything's changed. Where'd everybody go? Hang out for a couple minutes. We'll all go to Night Whisper, follow him, and then pop off. With Harper. I don't know who Harper is. But everybody I met at ReaperCon is amazing. You guys are all wonderful. One of my treasured things actually is I have from 2021, I have the Drunken Mermaid little poster. It's like, I think it's 11 by 17. And I had like a whole bunch of people sign up from Reaper and the artists and Artist Alley and such. And that thing I just love. John signed the Reaper John signed the side boob. So, alright. We're gonna go before too many of you friggin' disappear. We're gonna go over to Night Whisper. I want to thank you all, by the way, for being here. I appreciate those of you who are still hanging are great, cool, awesome. I really appreciate it. I've definitely made some progress. I think she's looking definitely sunny. It definitely looks like sunset to me. Oh my god, this is gonna be an interesting exercise. This is the hardest thing I think I've tried. It still is. I might be this sunset idea might be a tiny bit easier than what I was doing, but not by much. Michael Paints Minis, thank you for dropping by the way. I love, especially now you work for Reaper. Oh my god. Know that I love you guys. I love the company. You're my favorite company. There's a lot of great many companies out there. And a lot of them come to ReaperCon and do the MSP. But you guys are just, you know, for a company that's not even that large, you've got such a big footprint in the world of minis. So congrats on that. Oh, you had never actually followed me? Wait, have I followed you? I don't think I followed you back. Oh, I need to follow you. I'm definitely following you back. Oh, okay. Well, I'll follow you both. I know, at some point I need to pop on and start watching some of the Reaper lives and such. No, you guys are the best. And there's I have tons of your paint. I occasionally will divert. I have some Pro Acryls. I have 2 thin coats. I have some Warhammer. But I use Warhammer when I'm doing Warhammer and I'm painting armies. So, alright, let's go raid. I gotta go work on my thing for the weekend. And yes, Night Whisper, you said, big fan of yours too. Big fan of Reapers too. In theory, I'll stream Paint Club from Michael Paints at Reaper. It's in the far future probably. I wish I lived, in a way I wish I lived down there. I would love to, I mean it, I'd love to work for Reaper. I'd love to be like Cheryl, move down, but everybody knows here, everybody I love, like my family, and I do have a couple of in-laws that are down in Texas, but most everybody is here. And my career, I like the company I work for. I've been there for 31 years, and I just got promoted, as I said, So it's like, I cannot leave them. Not now. That's not how it is. Wait, is it backslash raid? It's, oh yeah, backslash raid. Why is the Night Whisper not showing up? Okay, yes he is. You're said, Reaper's amazing. Buy their stuff. Keep them visits because I love them to pieces. I'll be back to ReaperCon in 2 years. So I'll be there. I'm going to Nova next year. Alright, so let's all raid over. Reaper saved you. Good for you. Alright, so first of all, thank you so much for visiting the Painted Hero Tavern. You guys absolutely make the stream for what it is. I love you all. Everybody who visits, be you people who are here chatting, lurking, or even those of you who visit when I'm not actually streaming. Thank you for coming and giving my videos a watch. You can find my videos on YouTube under Muses_Touch. I put them all in playlists based on project, so they're all more or less organized. I do have to organize a few more since I last organized. I'll be back on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and I will not be here on Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern because I'll be in Florida playing Vampire and hanging out with some friends. After I will be back on Monday. So obviously I also won't be on Murder Ho Week, and I probably will not be on Murder Ho Week the entire month of October because of things going on. So until the next time our paths cross at the Painted Hero Tavern, I hope life is grand for you all. And of course, as I end, happy painting.